Hey, how's everyone doing? It's Jeff. Yeah, it's been a while since I, put up a new video. So I've been thinking recently. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of stories, like just headlines about, oh, there are more people are, there are more secular families now who don't have any kind of religious upbringing. It's like, why the fuck is this news? Really? Like, what's the big deal? I mean, it's nothing. I mean, okay, so there are more kids being raised the way I was. I'm not a criminal. I'm not some kind of deviant who, like, I don't do anything with children, or I'm a decent human being. My only problem is that I'm unemployed. I'm a bum. So what? I mean, I wasn't raised to be an atheist per se, but I wasn't raised with I never had any kind of religious upbringing either. I was, values I were taught were, basically the golden rule, and, not to, don't steal, don't, generally, I'm still generally a decent person. I'm not, but, like, why the fuck is this a big deal? Seriously. I really don't understand why it's such a big deal. I mean, yeah, some of my friends are religious and stuff like that, and, I mean, as far as religious background goes, I guess I had some kind of, Christian influence as a child, because, the daycare I was in from, like, when I was 3 to when I was 5, before I started kindergarten, was run by the wife of a pastor, and there was some religion in that, but I was never raised to believe in a religion, and I was, like, never raised not to. I guess you can describe my mother as an agnostic theist, and I guess my dad is, like, generally agnostic. He's a lapsed Catholic, I guess. There was a time in his life that he planned on becoming a priest. My grandparents are still, rather somewhat strict Catholics. Me and my younger siblings were baptized in their church, when, within the first 6 months of our lives. And I think that's something my dad, did for his parents, just, to save himself a headache that he would probably still be having now. But, there's to tell you the truth, And, you know, that recent Facebook meme people have been talking about, you know, fellow atheists have been complaining about, they, you know, if I, you know, came upon, you know, seeing a drowning man, I would do whatever I could to save him. I would go and try to save him. It has nothing to do with any, you know, well, to say from like kind of a Darwinian evolutionary standpoint, I would say as a society, the human race as a whole would best benefit if we do try to help each other as much as we can. That's, you know, that's right there. That's a Darwinian evolutionary standpoint. But also I'm going to quote Richard Dawkins here and say, you know, to that, you know, no, we don't want a Darwinian society. All right, you know, no, you know, knowing about and understanding the science of evolution is not something you base your morality on. And, you know, I can't speak for all atheists, but I'm sure, you know, a lot of atheist YouTubers that I watch will agree with me here, is we do not base our morals on like these Darwinian principles. Like all these like creationist people complain about it. They're, you know, a lot of them, they confuse what is called social Darwinism, which is a political ideology that was given the name long after Charles Darwin was dead. They confuse social Darwinism with evolution. Like, you know, they give, oh, if you believe in evolution, then this is your these are your morals and blah blah. And it's like, that's bullshit. We all know that's bullshit. The people preaching this deep down know that it is bullshit. But yes, I would save the drowning person. So with that Facebook meme, they say the atheist would say blah blah, and then the Christian would say, no. Okay, a decent human being would try to save the person, regardless of what they believe about, you know, whether or not they believe in God or not. A decent human being would try to save the person, and a, you know, more selfish person wouldn't. You know, and some asshole wouldn't. And it doesn't matter, you know, there are atheists and theists on both sides of that. I'm certain of this. There are people who do not believe in God, and people who don't believe in God, who do believe in God, who would try to save the person. And there are people who believe in God and people who don't, who would not bother, for whatever reason they might. It's, you know, your spiritual beliefs or lack thereof have nothing to do with it. But Anyway, why is this such a big deal to people? Like, why can't you accept that someone can be a moral and decent human being without some kind of religious faith? Like, even when it's proven to you, you can't accept that fact. It's like you have to try to force your children to think that there's no way that someone can be like that. Why is it so important to you to force, to force this belief that someone who doesn't have a, religious belief, or doesn't have your religious beliefs, is not capable of being a decent person? Please answer me that. Even after it's proven to you by, just like maybe an atheist neighbor, you still have to, you can't accept this fact. I need a rational explanation from someone on this. Thank you, if you see this.